I've been working with a lot of out-of-state buyers who are looking to make the move to Geneva, just like you. And the first thing they always ask is this a good area, or what's there to do around here? So today we're gonna hop into some neighborhoods, we're gonna do some driving footage, some drone footage, and what's close by. So whether you're moving a couple states over, a couple miles over, or a street over, I've got you covered. I'm Stallone, I'm a local realtor, and if you want to know everything about the Chicagoland area and new construction, I think you came to the right place. So if you want to stay up to date on everything from communities, new construction, restaurants, and everything in between, make sure you subscribe below, hit the link in the description, and I'll send out a bi-weekly newsletter of everything that's going on here so you never miss a thing. We're gonna pop into Mill Creek. Now, I'm a little biased to Mill Creek. We almost bought a home here in 2021. It had a pool, back to a park. It just had that serene feel, and it was that farmhouse look my wife was looking for, but we lost out on it. It's probably the home we still talk about to this day, but it was the main reason we drove to Mill Creek and why I'd probably move there if I found another one. It's gonna be hard to do. Mill Creek is located the furthest west in Geneva and the furthest from downtown, but don't let that lead you astray. It's probably about 10 minutes. It's not as far as it sounds. Now, one of the cool fun facts about this is Mill Creek was actually built around two golf courses, Tana Farms and Mill Creek Golf Course. It's 18 holes each, so you could probably be out there all weekend. Now listen, I'm not a golfer. I can drive the cart drunk, but I can't golf. I've tried it, I'm terrible at it. Everybody's like, you gotta perfect the swing. Yeah, I'm just awful. So if you want me to golf caddy for you, grab some beers, hang out, I got you. You want me to golf? I'm not your partner. Mill Creek is known for its newer construction. Most of these homes are built between 2000 and newer, and they range from cozy 3 bedrooms up to expansive 5 bedrooms and beyond. The price range here in Mill Creek is about $400,000 to $800,000. The home that we lost was $470,000 with a pool, but that was in 2021. In the last 3 years, that house is probably over $600,000 now, if I found it. Now, one thing I am into is going to parks. Weird, right? But it's not. I've got a 5-year-old, all she ever wants to do is to go run around the park. So I'm always looking for the new, cool, expansive park, the ways I can tire her out and not have to chase her around at home, right? So Mill Creek's got a pile of these, right? So whether you're going to Weaver, Turney, Washburn, South Mill Creek, Levi, Newton, there's a few more. They probably have the most parks I have ever seen in one subdivision. Now there's a few I like more than others. I want a park as big as possible that has the most activities, because most of the time my daughter's like, hey, come chase me around, hey, come do that. And I can't do it in a little park, right? So I want the craziest park, that way it tires her out, we can have some fun, we can play some tag, push her on the swings. So I don't have a specific one here. I like them all, but there's some I like more than others based on the fact that they're just bigger than others. Now, one of the cool things on Mill Creek as well is it has a pool there, right? You're gonna see that it has no water in this shot, but it does have a pool, right? So if you don't have a pool in your backyard, not everybody does, right? Because they're about $100,000 nowadays or more, depending how crazy you want to get. There's at least a pool in the community, right? Drag yourself, wife, kids, friends, it doesn't matter. But having a pool in a community is probably one of my favorite things. If I were to move, the pool would have to be in the community or my backyard. Now, Eaglebrook is one of Geneva's premier neighborhoods, from the beautiful homes to the country club style living, and the fact that it's nestled between downtown Geneva and what is Geneva Commons. You're gonna have the best of both worlds nestled between both places, and you're gonna have that high-end living. And if you like to golf, this is probably one of the good places too. Located just south of downtown Geneva, Eaglebrook is a master planned community that is centered around the Eaglebrook Country Club. As soon as you pull into one of these streets, you're gonna see the country club and the golf course is in the center, and all the homes circle around it. So we were driving around doing this tour, we were picking, which one would I move into? Me, I'm always into dark red brick, black garage doors, or dark red brick, dark brown siding. It's just that classic rich feel, that classic high-end contemporary feel that I'm into. So if I ever move there, I'm gonna find one of those. If I have to knock on all the doors. But there's a mixture of homes, whether you like brick, stone, different colors of brick. The one cool thing about a lot of these communities is that if you like different styles, they're in these communities. I just have my preference. Now, I'm not a golfer by any means, but if I lived here, maybe I would take up golf. I'd probably be terrible, but if my backyard was a golf course and nothing better to do, I'd probably go golf. Eaglebrook is a variety of custom-built homes from the 1990s to the 2000s. Kind of the style I like. I always like that red brick, the 1990s high-end feel, but it's going to range from anywhere from 3,000 square feet to 5,000 square feet. Typically, you're going to get those big vaulted entries. You have finished basements. These are very large homes. So if you're looking for a very large home on a golf course, probably one of the first places I'd be looking. I don't think I need a house that big, but why not? Now, prices generally here are $700,000 to $1 million plus. I mean, you are in Geneva, you're close to downtown, you got a golf course, you got a lot of other things here in this community at that country club. I think the money's there, I think it makes sense. So if you're in that price point, this is probably the first place in Geneva I'm looking, unless I'm looking downtown. We're gonna get into Pepper Valley. So if you're looking at a mid-century home built in the 1960s and 1970s, these homes have a little more character. They're definitely older. So if you're looking for a home with style, you like that older feel, the 70s builds, and you don't want something brand new with brick, or you want some siding, just a mixture of the old school style, Pepper Valley is probably the first place you're gonna wanna go. Now, sales prices here, probably get mid 400s to mid 500s. You can actually get a 2-story home here, which isn't bad compared to the other property we're just looking at $700,000, $1 million, right? This is a more reasonable area. Also, Pepper Valley is only 5 minutes or so from downtown Geneva. You could walk, might be a little bit long, but you could walk to downtown Geneva from this community. Now, the only downside is there's just not a lot of Pepper Valley. It's a small community, so not a lot of homes sell here. So when they do, they get sold quick. And the other cool thing is, remember I talked about a pool? They actually have 2 pools right here in the community. As we're gonna drone over the top of them, it's kind of nice to have a pool, right? If it's not in your backyard, at least have one in the community like I've said before. And for the prices in Geneva, $400,000 to $500,000, 2-story homes, maybe a little bit of updates. If you want to do updates or you like the old classic feel, this is probably one of the first places I'm gonna go. And like I said, the first thing I look for in communities is parks, right? I've got a 5-year-old, I got a 1-month-old. He'll be at the park soon enough. But I look at parks, and it's probably how I judge a neighborhood now, right? I'm 37 years old, I got little humans, I'm married. Parks and amenities are the first thing I look at when I look at communities when I'm looking to move. Let's pop into Fisher Farms. Now, Fisher Farms is one of those newer communities as well. Built in 1990s through about 2000s. Now it ranges from single family homes, townhomes, and it even has some senior living as well located right in the community. Now, one of the cool things is it's actually right next to a hospital. Mind you, we just had our second kid, our little human. I had no idea Fisher Farms was right there and that close because I pulled in from Randall, but it's actually right in the backyard of Fisher Farms. So if you need to go to the hospital, just walk on over. Now, the styles of homes are a little bit different here, right? Some of the garages actually have a covered section in front of the garage, probably about 4 feet, which is kind of cool if you had to back your car out and still not get rained on or snow and stuff like that. It's just a little bit of a bump out. Nice little feature. You don't see it anywhere else that I've seen except for in Fisher Farms. The homes here, you just don't see style-wise unless you're in Fisher Farms. So I thought it was kind of a neat little change. One of the great things about that is that you're gonna have parks. Again, I'm always into parks. You're gonna have running trails. You're kind of back to some of these fields. That's the first thing I'm looking at, right? How serene's the neighborhood? Do I want to live here? And it's kind of what's it look like? And it's actually the closest neighborhood to Geneva Commons, which if you come to Geneva, you're probably shopping in Geneva Commons or eating here or both. Let's talk about downtown Geneva and what makes it so unique. Remember, Geneva was founded in the 1830s, so a lot of these historic homes date back to the early 19th century and 20th century. Whether you're looking at Queen Anne's, Victorians, revivals, all the homes here are different looking. So the closer you are to downtown, typically the more you're gonna pay. Houses here typically are between $300,000 to over $1 million. 2-bed, 1-bath cottage homes and smaller homes, obviously price is probably closer to $300,000-400,000. If you're looking for a 5-bedroom home and you're really close to downtown, you could be looking at 1.1, 1.2, up to $1.5 million. But the unique thing is that when these homes show up, there's no other home that looks like it down the street. So it's not like communities where it's 75 homes, they're all blue, gray, white. All these homes are unique in their own way. Now me, I love new homes, right, for efficiency. But when it comes to like old historic looking things, this is probably the place I would buy. I would love to own an old, huge 5-bedroom house just from early 1900s, as long as it was upkept. But this is the first place I would look to do that. Maybe one day I will. Now, if you want to be in downtown Geneva, but you don't want an old historic home, they're still building new homes. A lot of times they're bulldozing these old homes, or there's empty lots, not a lot of them. They're doing is they're building brand new homes. So you're near historic downtown Geneva, but you have a brand new home and everything's new and updated. If you want a condo, there's some condos there as well. So Geneva's not all old historic homes, they're not all $1 million homes. It's a nice mix. So if you want an old home, 100% downtown Geneva's got you covered, all the historic cool stuff. If you want something new, there are new mixed in between. And that's kind of what makes this community great, right? You're gonna have the downtown feel, you're gonna have newer, older. It is probably one of the best mixes of community I've been into. Probably why I go there as much as I do, and it's just for the overall feel. We've been talking about downtown Geneva, and downtown Geneva is phenomenal, but I don't think Geneva would be what it is if it weren't for more shopping, which is why I'd go to Geneva Commons. Now see this leafy guy behind me? I got that from at home, I think at home, in Geneva Commons. If you're looking to shop, eat, you kind of want a nice downtown feel for shopping, but not as old school, this is kind of your new mall. This is where a lot of people go. 100% one of the places I go. I've been to Pandora, Hacienda Real, or Real, probably Real, and a lot of other places there as well. If you're just looking to be right off Randall Road, doing some shopping, going back home, it is one of the second places people in Geneva go, or people coming to Geneva go to. We're gonna show you some drone footage, show you everything that's going on, how big this shopping center is, and kind of how unique it is. And this is probably why a lot of people come here. Now, if you're thinking of making the move to Geneva or the surrounding areas, I would love to help you out as I live right here. So make sure you comment, like, subscribe if you want to stay up to date on all things new construction, Chicago suburbs, and you want tips and highlights of the communities. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.